Hello everyone, it's me, TheGamingDusty, and welcome back to another video. Today I am with...
Midnight Fire? Hi.
Hi! And today we're talking about all the Call of Duty leaks. So, you haven't heard most of it, have you?
Nope.
Okay, so far, we have had James Harden, which is a basketball player who has ties with the Treyarch for some reason, walks out on stage somewhere wearing a hat that looks to have the Black Ops 4 logo on it. The
All right.
same the same day, someone at GameStop leaks the fact that Black Ops 4 merch is starting to be put into their systems. And then just today, God damn it, I'm not. Just today, we have more leaks coming out. This one coming from Kotaku, which is a pretty good source for leaks. You know, they have inside sources everywhere, so it's not 100%
Yeah.
confirmed, but at this point, we have some inside sources somewhere saying definitely Black Ops 4. And the exciting thing is it's not going to be super futuristic. It's going to be somewhat futuristic, like Black Ops 2 was, but it's not even going to be that futuristic because it's supposed to take place, and again, this is all leaks, so take it with a grain of salt for now. Nothing's 100% confirmed yet, even though it pretty much is. Uh,
Yeah.
it's supposed to take place in 2020, 2 years from now.
Oh,
5 years before Black Ops 2.
okay. So, do you think it's gonna connect Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2?
Hopefully, as much as I hate Black Ops 3, I'd also hopefully like to see them connect that better.
Yeah, because
Uh,
I was wondering if, like, because I figured they weren't gonna keep going further into the future,
yeah.
but I either figured it would be something between Black Ops 2 and 3, or something, you know, further back, more modern. They
Yeah.
have to stick to the Black Ops franchise.
God damn it. Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna be more modern. Like everyone's saying, it's quote unquote futuristic because it is technically in the future, but it's 2 years from now. So hopefully we'll see more characters. Hopefully we'll see how everything plays out in Black Ops 3. You never know. Maybe we'll in a mission figure out that they're starting to test special enhancements in the human body that directly link to Black Ops 3. I don't know. But it'd be nice to see this
Yeah.
game officially linked instead of a. I forget exactly how they did it in Black Ops 3. Uh, somewhere
Well, they
they.
essentially just made a connection to, I think, the drone attack or whatever.
Yeah,
Like they essentially said the bad ending was the actual ending.
that's good because that's the only ending I ever got in Black Ops 2. I played it
Yeah,
multiple times trying to get
same.
another one, and it's every time kill him, YouTube video, death. That's my game. But so yeah, while those are the leaks, I would also like to do something a little different. I do realize that I'm a day late on half this news, but what are you hoping for this game now that you know the timeline of when it's supposedly going to take place? What do you hope to see?
I'm certainly hoping that it's not as clunky as Black Ops 3 was.
Yeah,
And I would pray that because they're going for more modern era, they don't make up a bunch of weapons again. I would like to see a lot of weapons that are modern, returning to the field, and, some good gameplay. Because, I mean, if it's anything like the first Black Ops in gameplay feel, it'll be golden.
oh yeah, yeah. I Black Ops 2 until Black Ops 3 came out was my least favorite game. Uh, Now it's not. Well, it was one of my least favorite games. I also didn't like Call of Duty 3 very much, but Black Ops 2 was down there. Black Ops 3 came out, replaced 2, which I didn't think was possible. As long as it's not worse than 3, I feel like it's a success.
Yeah, as
uh,
long as it's not worse than 3, at least it'll be playable.
Yeah,
on a
and
regular basis.
this is the main reason why I want to make this video. Is I know this video won't get tons of views. Obviously, I'm a small channel, but this our group does not like the Black Ops franchise very much. We liked the first one for sure, but
Oh yeah,
me and you did not like two, even though everyone else did. And three is, by everyone else's standards, the best advanced movement game, which is way off, in our
yeah,
opinion. So that's why I really wanted to make this, is more of the idea that we're not Black Ops fans. You know, we don't hold Treyarch to the standard everyone else does. So,
no, we don't.
yeah. Just really quickly, who is your favorite Call of Duty developer?
Um, I'm bad at developers. I gotta say, Sledgehammer's not on my favorites. Um, Treyarch isn't on my favorites. So,
So you have two more.
um, yeah.
Raven's technically on there because they did make a game. Just one so
Yeah, they
far,
did.
but, you know.
And then the other name is blanking.
Infinity Ward.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
far, they've got my backing.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Infinity Ward. I feel like for me it's Infinity Ward, Raven, Sledgehammer, Treyarch.
Yeah, Sledgehammer had potential, but they still haven't produced a solid experience.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I've also put Raven kind of in the middle. Treyarch has been around for a while. I just don't like most of their games. You know,
Yeah.
at this point they've got 4 games, and I like one and a half of them. World at War was cool, but at the time after Call of Duty 4 coming out, it was definitely like, we're back in World War II again. Because you have to remember, back on the PS2, it was all World War II. Everything.
See, and I don't have a problem with it being World War II, it's just that it doesn't feel like a very complete World War II experience.
Yeah, like World at War will always be the game that kickstarted zombies. That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
it's known for these days. Like, yeah, it connects to the Black Ops story, but it's, you know,
And I would even say the World War II zombies isn't actually that bad. It's an irritating experience at times, but aesthetically it's pretty good. I like the fact that they changed up the zombies and that they threw in, you know, some German in there.
Yeah. So, here's my question. What do you think zombies will be like in Black Ops 4? Because it's coming. There's no way they're not.
I mean, there's no way it's not coming. It's been all the others. So...
If Infinity Ward has gone to zombies, Treyarch is sticking with zombies.
Oh yeah, easily.
What do you think that's going to look like? Do you think they're going to continue on to the same story that... Because Black Ops 3 zombies, wasn't it separate from the rest of them, storyline-wise?
Yeah, Black Ops 3 zombies followed those people going through the hell purgatory type stuff with Cthulhu.
Yeah. Did that connect to the
think.
storyline through the others? Because I know the other 3 games all connected.
I don't think it connected because it doesn't have to do with the aliens and it doesn't have to do with the weird Atlantis shit.
Yeah. So, do you think this one will go back? Because it seems like they're hopefully going back to the Black Ops storyline that we all know. So do you think they're going to do that with the zombies as well? Go back to the storyline with all the good maps?
I would hope so. It would be nice to, you know, see exactly what they plan to do.
Yeah. I feel
like... it would be nice to actually see where that story was going.
Yeah, I feel like this game is going to be very much of a correction. Because while Black Ops 3 is regarded as the best out of the 3 advanced movement games, even Black Ops fans don't really enjoy. Like, most of them are still playing 2. So, like, Treyarch's goal has to be get them off 2 and make it better than 3. And I feel like I said, it's going to be correction. So hopefully, somehow they'll make both story timelines connect and the campaigns connect. Because 3 was just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my hope. Here's another question for you. What do you think Nuketown's gonna look like?
Um,
Because only 5 years before Nuketown 2025, it won't be too much different.
no, it won't be.
I'm just trying to. What could they do? Like,
Um, I would almost say that it would. Okay, so you know how Nuketown 2025 had, a little more technology than the original Nuketown, better mannequins and all that?
yeah,
I would almost say, like, the mannequins would look more like modern mannequins again, rather than the mannequins they had. Um, and I think the architecture would have to look a little more like ours because, it wouldn't be like the old school town,
yeah,
like the propaganda towns essentially. But it also obviously couldn't look, super hyper futuristic and all that. So I
yeah,
would say it'd be a little messy. We might even see some cars and building types that, sort of point to our generation, stuff that we see commonly, because obviously it's just around the corner theoretically.
yeah. I I don't know. It again. I feel like with three, they wrote themselves into a corner with
Well, yeah, there's no
going.
going forward.
I mean, you say that. You don't know what
I
five's
do
gonna look
say
like.
that. And I mean, I guess we could say that they could try to go forward. And I could see them maybe pulling it off if they really, really put a lot of effort into explaining all the stuff that was so unclear.
Yeah,
Because, let's face it, as weird as the game's storyline was, I could see some potential.
yeah,
Like, I don't know about you, but the idea of being able to create, viruses and stuff, I would like to explore, some of those testing facilities where people were first testing the artificial intelligence and stuff.
yeah. And I feel like that's what they're gonna do. Maybe we're gonna see how Black Ops 2 campaign is slipping me. Who was the bad guy? Was it a Mendez? No.
Um, God, I haven't played Black Ops 2 in so long. As soon as another Call of Duty came out, I kind of put that one away.
I never even played Black Ops 2. Like, I played Modern Warfare 3 for 2 years, and then I went to Ghosts. Even when Black Ops 2 was new, I didn't ever play it. Uh, However, if people on this channel remember when I first started out, I played with a fellow YouTuber named a guy named Murphy. I met him in Black Ops 2. We did play once in a while. I don't know what happened to him though. He stopped posting and he stopped contacting me. But
Um, well, I mean, it might not have stuck together for him, or he might have even gotten, a little deterred by the way all the Call of Duties and stuff have been going,
yeah, I just haven't heard from him in a long time in general though, because we did play Black Ops 3, so he has a 4. It's not like I left him behind like other friends on Ghosts, because I have people who
Yeah.
still haven't upgraded consoles. Uh, but yeah, we played Black Ops 3. We played Advanced Warfare together. It was just I don't know. He just disappeared, and I don't know why. But we're getting off topic. We're talking about Black Ops 3 here, or Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Last thing, remastered maps and DLC. Which ones do you hope to see? There's probably going to be four of them. Which ones do you want to see? And these are, because it's Treyarch, they have
Um,
to be Black Ops story mode maps.
yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
I would almost say I'd like to see a return of some of the original Black Ops zombie maps. As much as I know a lot of people that didn't like those, I think it'd be fun to play through some of them in a different form.
Yeah. Uh, Multiplayer maps I want. Here's the thing. I've never been a huge fan of Black Ops 2 or 3. So whenever I think of like, ooh, they need to remake these multiplayer maps, they've already been done in 2 and 3. Like Hijacked, Gun
Yeah.
Range. That's about it. I can't think of other ones from the Black Ops series for some reason.
Well, I mean, they don't necessarily have a whole lot of maps that would necessarily strike me as, hey, I want this remastered, so much as, oh neat, it's remastered.
Yeah, and again, that's just me and you, though. I guarantee Black Ops fans are going to watch this, and I will guarantee that even though this video won't get a lot of views, there will be a comment saying, "Excuse me, here's all the best Black Ops maps." Because people like them more. It's just the only two that come to mind are Hijacked was the only map I really liked in 2, and Gun Range is always a classic.
Yeah.
But
Um,
I can't think of any other ones. I seriously drawing a blank
what's it
here.
called? There's that night map that was in the first Black Ops. I forget the name of it, but it's got like the stockade in the center of it with the
I I know what you're talking about. That's the map that had
yeah, and you
all
could
of
hide
the
under there.
yeah, uh, and throughout that was a pretty big map. Now that I think about it,
And it was one of my favorites. I
it
think it would play really well with the way they've been going.
well, it's not gonna be. It's boots on the ground. So
Well, yeah, I
hopefully
mean it'll be
they'll
boots on the ground, but
yeah
I could almost see not necessarily an advanced movement system because that flopped, but I could see an assisted movement system. You know what I mean? Like the ability to move slightly faster, something like that. Because if they do another boosting jump type game, it's not gonna go well.
yeah, and that's been another thing going around is what do you think specialists will look like? Will they bring them back? I mean, technically World War II brought them back, and in a weird way, it's the create a class system now, but I'm not a big fan of those in World War II. Do you think they're going to bring back specialists? Or do you. What do you think?
I Specialists has a mixed um it's mixed for me. Like I like what Ghosts did because you had a lot of options to really personalize your soldier and all that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, each prestige was a character, and you could always fall back to that character again. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a great concept, and I know that's not a Triarch concept, but I mean, it's not like these companies are so individual that they haven't used material from each other before.
Yes and no. I mean, at this point, every. Like, I don't know if you know the story about the engine that Call of Duty runs on, but it's a modified
Hmm.
Quake engine.
Wait, they're still running on a Quake engine?
Yes. This I'm playing Black Ops 3 right now. In case you couldn't tell, I'm having trouble finding a match in this video, which is stupid. Uh,
Yeah.
but I'm actually playing right now. This is a live commentary. But at the same time, the Black Ops 3 is running on the exact same engine that Black Ops 1 was running on. They just updated.
See, and
They
that's
haven't
one
changed
thing
it.
I mean, I can sort of see that, but they're just at this point they're not utilizing what they have access to. I mean,
Yeah,
you got to figure even Unreal uses a slightly different engine, and the original Unreal engine they used, they made, free market.
yeah. And
And I just
so,
yeah.
yeah, it was modified Quake. Infinity Ward got a hold of it, and now all four developers have one. And because each one's a different company, they've each done different things to their own copy of them. So each of them at this point have their own engines, but it's all based on the engine that ran Call of Duty 1.
See, and as cost effective as something like that is, it kind of locks you into a place.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel bad for Xbox players. I don't know if you knew this about what Black Ops 3 on Xbox One, but it actually had a in-game chat problem where the engine had troubles with the in-game chat when people were talking, so your game would physically stutter when people were talking in-game. and
Well,
that
I
was a
mean,
problem that plagued Xbox One, and they never got it fixed because it was an engine problem. And luckily,
see,
that
and
didn't happen on PlayStation. But that worries
that is
about.
a sad excuse.
Yeah. So people were talking about, like, is this the end? But no, well, uh, Infinity Ward's version is obviously apparently better, and sounds like that's just Treyarch's copy because they've each done different things to it. They're all technically different now. They're just based on the same one. So I'm worried
See,
that did they actually get that fixed between these games, or is Xbox One screwed again?
well, I mean, like, look at when you're doing split screen in World War II, which I know it's not their game yet again, but the engine is similar enough at that point. When you
Yeah,
go into the menu, if you have a secondary player, it lags them out so horribly.
yeah. And like I said, that's a Sledgehammer only problem because that's their engine. But Sledgehammer, and I think I don't know what version Raven has. They're probably gonna have the engine from the first game they helped make, because that's what happened with Sledgehammer. So Sledgehammer left with Modern Warfare 3, that engine for Modern Warfare 3. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so Advanced Warfare and Ghosts were actually not very different at first, engine wise, because both of those were based off Modern Warfare 3. Now, of course, Infinite Warfares and World War II's at this point are very different because they've had time to make them different. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I have a lot of fears, a lot of hopes for Black Ops 4. I'm glad they're not going into the future. I'm glad we're technically getting a pre-sequel to Black Ops
Yeah.
2. And I'm
I think it would be nice to see, how technology advanced that far.
yeah, honestly, I just hope they manage to stitch everything together in a coherent way.
Coherent story.
But at the exact same time, this is Treyarch. Nothing's coherent. Nothing.
Yeah.
Uh, like especially their zombies. I'm because zombies is so uncoherent in the first place. I'm guessing they'll be able to stitch the zombies together
Well, I
in
mean,
some bullshit way. But the normal campaign's gonna be
you
different.
you have seen, the standard zombies storyline, right?
I play very little zombies, so no.
Okay, so I never got to complete all the zombies. I ended up having to watch a video that sort of detailed the storylines. And essentially speaking, by the end of it, it had something to do with time travel, cross-dimensional travel, aliens, and Atlantis.
And see, I guarantee they'll be able to put Cthulhu in there somewhere. Zombies.
Also, a little girl who could control these dimensions because she was hooked up to a machine that basically caused the zombie stuff to happen. And that machine was on the moon, and then one of the professors that helped cause it ended up taking over her body. That's kind of creepy because he was an old man, but essentially speaking, the four people you play as in the first Black Ops Zombies are trying to undo that stuff and hunt him down.
Sweet. Yeah, I've never been a huge zombie fan. Infinite Warfare was
It's
the first zombies I got into, like really big.
I'm yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the storyline is kind of as incoherent as the Black Ops 3 storyline itself.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I was actually a little mad at Black Ops 3 for one thing.
Hmm.
I liked the idea that they were trying to provide, post-game content, but I was upset that they lazily just rearranged the storyline to make a nightmare campaign, essentially.
Yeah.
Because all they did was they took the same cutscenes from the campaign and they muted them and then just narrated over them rather than actually, revoicing them or anything.
Yeah.
And then they rearranged the missions, essentially.
Yeah. Uh, that was a huge problem. And actually, I feel like we might be the first one to talk about this because I've been watching a lot of news on Black Ops 4 to try to get as much information as I can because I don't like to be wrong.
Yeah.
Uh, Obviously, if I'm wrong, point it out in the comments. But I've been trying to get as the best details I can to be as right as I can up to this point. But one thing I haven't heard a lot of is supply drops. There's
What
one
about
thing.
them?
There, well, first of all, you will be able to buy them, for sure. Uh, this is going to be the problem, though. Even fans of Black Ops 3 admit that Black Ops 3 has the worst supply drop system out of all of the games with supply drops.
Yeah.
They have been here for 4 years, and Black Ops 4 or Black Ops 3 has the worst. Do you think Black Ops 4 will be similar, or do you think they'll fix it?
Well, I mean, unless fans are really willing to take a stand and try to make things change, a developer will keep doing stuff if they make money off of it.
Well,
So as long as Treyarch has been making money off of people, they're going to keep doing what they do.
yeah, and that's the thing. People have actually, I don't know, they've taken a stand, and you've seen like Dice with or it Dice and EA with Battlefront 2. They had to completely remove them, and they're still not back. I don't think because people have
Oh
taken a
yeah, and
stand.
they got sued. They almost got sued.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
still
you
being
gotta.
talked to by Disney.
Well, the thing about Dice and EA is that the price to get the full experience from their game was so ridiculous.
Yeah,
And even when loot box systems are bad, cough cough Overwatch, um, I think that as long as you keep it a balanced experience and don't make it as greedy or bad as them, you'll at least have a chance of having somebody stick around for it.
yeah,
And as much as I don't like a system like that, I I mean, there's very little I can actually argue about there. Because at the end of the day, as long as it's not awful, I'm not going to complain too much.
yeah. I don't know. I guess my fear is because we're not big Treyarch fans. Uh,
No.
so we've seen this company do a lot of iffy things. Like the last game we fully liked was Black Ops 1 in 2010.
Yeah.
It's 8 years since we have gotten, in our opinion, a good Treyarch game. And we've seen them do a lot of iffy things, like they've forcefully put Black Ops 3 on the PS3 and Xbox 360, which was the dumbest idea you could have ever had
Oh
in your
yeah,
life.
well I mean, when I finally got a PS4 and I got to play it on the PS4, seeing the difference was ridiculous. And the fact that there was no campaign, I mean, you were paying full price for a game that was never meant to be there,
I
just
know.
because they were trying to throw the market, cast a wider net, if you will.
Yeah, and that was just terrible. Now, of course, I bought it, which I'm not helping the problem here, but I collect the game, so I needed it. But of course, I found it on sale, so GameStop got most of the money. But yeah, I'm just worried. They've had, in our opinion, some of the worst Call of Duties in the past 8 years. We don't like their supply drop system. They've done some shitty things. Their engine is not the best. They need to fix a lot to get the
I
people like us who don't like them.
I honestly think if they could swallow their pride and take some tips and partner with any of the other Call of Duty producing groups, they would have a chance at making a good game.
But that's not
Now,
going to
I'm not going to
happen.
count them out for, doing something on their own, just because, I mean, who knows? They might have learned. Big emphasis on might.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't foresee a lot in the ways of success for them if they continue where Black Ops 3 went.
Yeah, and I feel like that's going to be the biggest problem is they're going to get the fans of Treyarch and Black Ops, which means it will sell like crazy. But will we like it?
Yeah.
they because the idea for them is to try to get everyone. It's one thing to have a giant fan base, but you'd like to continually add people to that fan base and keep people in that fan base.
Well, yeah. And I mean, one of the biggest problems is I I can't understand how a company will sit there and they'll continue to ride off of something, but they'll change it to a point where including new people is hard because they left it unpolished, and then keeping the old people is hard because they didn't keep faithful to what they did.
Exactly. And in that way, I feel like Treyarch is the Bungie of Call of Duty.
They really are.
uh,
And I hate to say that because I'm not gonna lie, Bungie for the longest time was one of my favorite companies.
yeah, they were never that for me because I've never owned an Xbox. But
Well, yeah, and I
I've been
mean,
able to look at them and say, yeah, they're pretty good. A lot of people like them. I can see why people like Halo. I'm just over here on my Modern Warfare 2 over here by myself.
well, yeah, and I mean, for me, Bungie was a big part of me growing up. And it disappointed me to see where they've gotten today. But Treyarch does feel like what Bungie's become.
Yeah, they're too much. They need to swallow their pride. They've done a lot of bad things, and they'll probably continue doing it, trying to make even more money. Bungie.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what scares me about Black Ops 4. While it is nice to see, okay, they're going back into the past, technically. Uh, it's not going to be super far in the future. When it comes out, it'll be only 2 months from being a year away in the future. uh,
I think they have a chance to salvage things if this game listens to what people want.
exactly. And if it doesn't,
Essentially,
I feel like this will be their last time.
oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can only have so many failures. 3 strikes and you're out.
Exactly.
I got a feeling they'll get absorbed by another company or, another of the groups. Their assets will be distributed or destroyed or whatever because, face it, they don't have a lot worth keeping. Maybe
Well,
some of their maps.
I don't feel like they'll be shut down necessarily, but I I feel like they'll just never be able to become how big they were. Because after Black Ops 1, they
Yeah,
truly were, like, even in my eyes, they were like one of the best. They were better than Infinity Ward until
yeah,
Black Ops 2 came out. And everyone still holds them up like they are, but they're not. Again, it's been, in our opinion, almost a decade since they've had a good game.
yeah. And that's the hard thing because when you set the standard high for yourself, but you never give yourself room for improvement and you never look at what actually made you great, you'll never get better. And you won't
Exactly.
stay the same level either. Because with each failure, you'll go back down.
I won't lie, I'm trying not to draw too much attention to the gameplay, but I'm freaking mad right now. I am losing my mind. Oh my god. Uh, I'm. That's another thing wrong with this game is the maps. World War II. I hate to get off the Black Ops 4 train for a second here, but Black Ops 3 and World War II, I don't think their map design was very good.
No.
So I'm really hoping, because it's boots on the ground, they get good again. Because as much as I hate Black Ops 2, I can at least say, while none of the maps are necessarily memorable for me, I I don't think there were any that I absolutely hated.
Yeah. And, like, the problem that I find with Black Ops 3 and World War II is I don't have any map where, it ends up in the rotation. I'm like, yeah, that is something I'm totally down with playing.
Yeah.
It ends up being more like, oh, great, this map.
Yeah, and that's the problem when that's all your maps.
Yeah,
When they're all not good, or you don't have a bias, when all of them are on the exact same level of enjoyment, where it just becomes a stale experience. So even games where we're all like, oh yeah, You know, Stonehaven, man, that's a shitty map. When everyone decides to choose it, we all have that stupid class. We're like, I'm just gonna see what happens, and you end up having fun
Oh
anyway.
yeah, and I mean, if you're someone like me, I enjoy Stonehaven, and I know that's a pretty controversial opinion when it comes to ghosts.
I mean, we have an unpopular opinion with Ghosts by the fact that it's one of our favorite Call of Duties.
Oh yeah, I mean, see, and that's the thing that a lot of people I've noticed they don't like is it's like it's bad to say that like Ghosts didn't quite get a lot of appreciation, and I can understand why in some ways, because to a lot of people it definitely didn't do what they wanted, and it had a lot of problems at times.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the thing I love about it is it feels like a solid first-person shooter.
Um.
Visually, it's beautiful even today. The time to kill feels nice, you know? It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like I'm sitting here shooting at someone for an eternity while they run away.
Uh. Yeah. I feel like, again, getting off Black Ops 4 train here, but Call of Duty Ghosts is one of our favorite Call of Duties. And that's the main reason, again, why we don't like Treyarch games, is they're complete opposite. Sledgehammer and Raven are kind of in the middle with their time to kill and their movement. Sledgehammer is the slowest. Like, you've heard me say this many times. The reason why there is no Juggernaut in Black Ops 2 is because everyone moves at the speed of a Juggernaut in
Yeah,
Black Ops 2. Oh
and I
god, there's
mean,
maps everywhere.
like, visually speaking, Treyarch games have never really captured, like, a gritty, real feeling. They always feel kind of plastic.
Yeah, I can agree with
In,
that while I'm playing Black Ops 3 right now.
in my eyes, it kind of feels like Barbie wartime. I mean, especially now because they put a heavy focus on, ridiculous customizations and tons of insane emotes and just this very plasticky feel. You know what I mean? Bright colors, and it
Yeah,
just doesn't feel like a very strong first-person shooter aesthetic. Like Splatoon does it, but I mean, Splatoon is a fucking Nintendo game.
yeah, everything in Splatoon is kiddie. The problem with Black Ops 3 is it's supposed to be still taken seriously, but they're known for, okay, now let's have a war with a volcano erupting next to you. Yeah. And with Black Ops 2 and 3, the guns, because they're in the future, whenever they made their own, they look like Nerf guns in design.
Yeah,
Like I'm using the
and then some of
KRM.
them, had like Nerf gun skins.
Yeah, and I'm using the KRM 262 right now, and it looks like a Nerf gun. Yeah, it's a Nerf gun. The holes in the top look like they're jam emptying slots. It's terrible. Uh, so yeah, do you have any final words as to Black Ops 4 and what you hope from it? Because it's getting pretty long. I won't be
Um,
surprised if we're at 20 minutes right now.
I hope that it works out good, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really hoping because the Black Ops series, when it comes to Call of Duty, the Black Ops series always feels like the mighty number 9 of of Call of Duty.
I know you say that because you're playing that right now.
And I am playing it right now, and this is a Mega Man ripoff made by the Mega Man people. And that is exactly what the new Black Ops 3 and stuff, feels like compared to Call of Duty. It just feels like a Call of Duty ripoff.
Yeah, and I would agree with you. For the two of us, I'm sure we'll both get Black Ops 4. If it's not the best
Oh
game,
yeah.
Treyarch's next game after that, whether it be Black Ops 5 or they finally move on from this cash cow, which I doubt it, because it's a cash cow, I probably won't end up getting it. Because at that point, it will be over a decade.
Well, I
13
mean,
years.
fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice, well, you don't get any more of my money.
Exactly. So, for the people like us who don't see why Treyarch is as beloved as it is, uh, this one will probably be the last one. And if that happens, again, Black Ops 5 or whatever comes next in 2021, yeah, I probably won't get it.
Yeah.
And that'll be the first Call of Duty that I skip. You know, of course, I'll eventually get it when it's on sale at a used game store where they won't get my money, but the game store will.
Yeah, I would probably say it would be if it lets me down, then the next Treyarch game would probably be one of those things that I wait until, it's like $5.
Yeah, or it's given to me, which is very possible. When I decide, like, oh, I'm not going to get that Call of Duty. Like, I heard all bad things about Ghosts. I hate myself for saying this, but when it came out, I was like, oh, I've heard it's not good. I won't get it, and then I got it for Christmas, and I ended up loving it. So whenever, like, Infinite Warfare, again, heard terrible things, I didn't buy it the day it came out. Got it for Christmas. So I'll probably, because my family and they know I love Call of Duty, I'll probably just get it for free.
Which, I mean, that's definitely not a bad deal.
Yeah. So yeah, that is our talk on Black Ops 4. We hope it's good, but we're not expecting much. Is basically the summed up version of this whole video. And yeah, then Midnight Fire. I'll put your link in the description. Even though you haven't posted anything, shots fired.
Well, I mean, I have posted a little bit, but it's all stuff that's not worth seeing. Like, if you were interested in the Destiny 2 beta forever ago,
that's there.
I did that.
A lot. He's been in a lot of these videos on here. I'm pretty sure every time you're in one of my videos, I put you in the description. Hopefully.
Which is really funny because this is a great time to notify. I'm going to be migrating to your channel.
True. I've been trying to make an update video, but my spoiler alert, my Elgato still hasn't shown up, so I have made an update video. But I have a big update coming soon where we'll get into everything more detailed. But yes, he'll be migrating over here, so there'll be more than one person on here. So hopefully between the two of us, we can get a slightly steadier upload schedule.
Yeah. I definitely won't be posting as much gameplay as you. I might do, one-offs with games like Mighty No. 9 or little things that I get for free from PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because one thing I noticed is there's definitely not enough people, like, showing off the free stuff.
Yeah, and I was originally going to try to do that, because I did it with, I forget what it is, was that swimming simulator where the shark dies at the end?
Oh, yeah,
I love that game. Yeah, Abzu. I played that. Don't think I ever published it, but I'm pretty sure I still have the recording for that. But I was originally going to every month do that. I just never got to it. So if you end up doing that, that'd be great.
So, yeah, I could do that, because there are a lot of games that I wouldn't necessarily like, but it would give me a reason to give them all a fair chance, and let everyone see how bad at video games I am. But the primary reason I'll be there is to animate.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, so he'll be migrating, a big update coming soon, and this was a live commentary of me and him playing over Black Ops 3 and Mighty No. 9. I can now put Mighty No. 9.
Combo, but
Yeah, I can now put Mighty No. 9 in my tags. Thank you. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Any final words?
Nothing yet, Have a good day, I guess.
Yeah,
night, whatever time it is when you're watching it.
Yeah, there you go. This will probably be posted tomorrow, probably. I'm too tired to edit. Of course, there's not much editing. It's just us talking, but still. Yeah, so thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you next time.